Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to melt down aluminum cans. So as you can see, I have a bag of cans right there, have some water, and here are my gloves, a bottle, some tongs, blowtorch, pan, and my version of a smelter. So sorry about that. Pretty much, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention that's just a little container full of cold water. And so here it is. It's extremely simple. As you guys can see, it is just a stainless steel canister set over a camping what is it called? A little camping stove, a single burner camp stove, and here it is. It's just a little single burner camp stove. It's like 20 bucks. I also got some plaster of Paris, but that is for a different video. That's going to be showing you guys how to make the molds. Today I'm just going to be pouring it into the pan and melting it down. So as you can see, there are some of them beginning to melt down, and every once in a while you always have to have safety glasses, as I do. Just gotta get those fixed a little bit. And now I'm just going to press this in a little bit with my tongs. So all I'm doing is just getting a little bit of force in there. It is gonna flame up, that is fine. So you can see there. Now what I'm gonna do is take one of the cans I have. I've been collecting cans for a while. Just random beer cans and Coke soda cans. So crush them down. Now when I take them, you can either just drop them in there or use your tongs. So I'm just gonna drop this one in here. It's not really that hard. It's not like you need safety gloves for that. Gloves, I mean, for that. The real reason why I have the gloves and safety glasses is for when you actually pour it, because you might need to touch out a little bit and you pick up the ingots. So pretty much these cans are just going to start to melt down. It does take a little while. We've been at it for around 20 minutes. We've already got 7 or so cans down. And it's pretty darn easy. Just melt them in. As you can see, I'm pushing it down. It starts to flame up. That's fine. Also, if you want to, you can add some stuff in there. Sorry about the sun behind me. You can add some random stuff. Not random, but lighter fluid in there as you go. That helps a lot. But pretty much, you just gotta let it keep heating up in there. Let it keep going. So I'm going to cook up another 10, 20 or so cans and get back to you whenever I do that. Okay guys, unfortunately James actually did touch it and he ended up burning his finger and having to go to the hospital. So yeah, right now, at this point, the aluminum is mostly melted in and there's a thick layer, not really that thick, layer of slag at the top. What you need to do is get a spoon. It can be any longer, but I'm going to wear some gloves right now just for safety because I am going to be getting pretty close to the actual pot. So, gotta get my gloves on here. And I'm just gonna scoop the slag out and dump it into one of my little pots here. There probably isn't gonna be a whole lot. And if you just gently drag it along the top, it'll come right off and it'll look pretty darn clear, and that is what you want. You want it to look really clear and nice. Just get all that junk off of there. Okay, so I got a decent amount of it off. So I'm just going to take my gloves off for a minute. There wasn't a whole lot. I didn't add a whole lot of metal in the first place, so a little bit more than that. Oh, and by the way, if you can't get it all off, you just can blowtorch it and then pop it off, but sometimes you don't even have to do that. You can just pop it off sometimes. But yeah, I got a good chunk of it scraped off, and it's going to look really clear after you do that. It's going to look like this. As you can see on the side, there still is a decent amount of it on there. So I'm going to get that off and then keep adding some more cans. So my gloves back on, try to scrape that part off. Right now, the slag on the side is probably starting to harden, so I'm just going to take my blowtorch really fast. And hit that just enough that it will slowly start to droop. And once you get there, just spoon it all up. There is not a whole lot in there, as you can tell, but I got that out, and now you can just continue adding cans. So I'm just going to add a couple more. And now it actually starts looking really, really good at this point. It's really looking good, but as soon as you add it, you really want to back up a little bit. You see how I'm a good arm's length away. And it is going to steam up and then burst really fast. That is just a steam burst. Like right now it's on fire. As you can see, the flame starting to come out of it. That is regular. That is just it melting away any of the impurities. And that's what you want. That is what your slag is going to be. So I will show you what the slag is really just going to look like. That there is the slag that I got out. It's still stuck onto the spoon a little bit. But as I said, you just blowtorch that and scrape it off. It'll come right off. That's just like the coloring coat and that kind of stuff. But you do not want all that in there. If you want, you can leave some of it in there. It does help a little bit when you pour. It is sort of like a filter almost. It filters a lot of it out, and it keeps the metal pretty darn pure. But that's why I did leave a little bit in there. And let's push that can in there. As you can see, this is going a lot faster now. Once you get going, it goes extremely fast. And that's all we really need. Just keep tossing them in there. It starts going extremely fast because the molten aluminum that is already in there is just going to melt those cans down just in a snap almost. So it does take a little bit amount of time at the start, but it really does start going towards the end. And I'm not even halfway done, and I'm just about ready for my first pour. So I've got a good amount done so far. And if you can see, I'll show you down below the actual canister of propane. It was like $3. It was extremely cheap. It's found in the camping section at Walmart. It's where I got mine. But as you can see, as soon as I pressed on it, it burst. And you can either let that go and just let it keep going, which is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to grab another can, stomp this one down. Actually, I'm not going to stomp this one down. I'm going to actually show you what happens if you just set it in there. So, you just set it in there. Like this, you can do that. But when you do just get going, you don't want to do it. You just want to crush it so you can get a little bit more in there. But I'm just gently pushing and it just goes in a snap. And it's actually really cool watching it just go right down. but they just soak right in there. And grab another one and do the same thing. So I'll get back to you when I am ready to pour. Actually, hold on. I want to show you one more thing. And what I really do want to show you is what it looks like from the top when you add in one of the cans. So here's what the process should look like when you add one in. You should already have a little bit in there, and you just start pressing it down. As you can see, it does flame up. That's what I was talking about. And it does get a little discolored, but if you just keep pressing it in just a little bit at a time, it'll go right down in there extremely fast now. Sometimes the flame is from what the can is actually made of. If it's not made of, if it is what was in the can. In that, I'm pretty sure it was just a beer bottle. So it didn't take me that long to get all these cans. It took me around a month or so. Didn't really take that long. And it cost me $40 or something to get everything I need. And I can do this for a while as long as I want. And the plaster of Paris molds, I will show you that later in another video. So thanks for watching. I will go right back and show you when I'm ready to pour. Okay, see ya. Okay guys, so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the blowtorch, and we are ready to pour. So I'm just going to blowtorch one of the areas to heat it up. So pick this one here.
Two.
What?
You might need two of them.
Yep. That should be pretty good. Not anymore. It's like melting for a second. More?
A little bit more. It's melting the coating on the pan.
That should be good.
Yeah, do the other one as well.
And I'm going to do one more. You should be able to pour 2 inches.
Actually, I think you want to burn all the sides off too.
We'll be right back.
Okay, so now we are ready. He's going to blow torch it a little bit more, but now we are ready to pick up our aluminum and dump it in. So, I'm going to turn this heat off. Okay, so now we just got to pick it up.
Be super careful when you pick it up. You're getting yourself in a good pouring situation.
You think I can grab these tongs? Inside, Dad?
Probably not.
Or is it slippery?
Find out what happens next when we come back.
Be super careful, dude.
He's gonna burn himself. Is that all the aluminum?
No. Not more. Just didn't get fully heated up. We need to heat it more.
We need to heat it more. But that's what the first ingot looks like. Pretty cool. So,
Here. Yes, come here. Okay guys, so we got part of it poured, and now we're just reheating the other parts that did not get completely poured out because we did not pour it fast enough. So we found out that the handle here is actually not that hot, so I can grab it with my gloves. And okay, where are my tongs?
What was the water for?
The water here is for once this has like 5 or 10 minutes, you pick it up and you put it in the water because it's so extremely hot. So it's able to be touched after that. Okay. It is fine if it hardens a little bit because in the long run, you're just going to be taking your ingots probably and remelting them. So that's fine if it happens.
It's going to take a while for it to get up again.
Yeah, it's going to take a little bit while for it to
Back the bike up.
reheat up. So we're just going to let this heat up and I'll get back to you whenever it's done. Okay, guys.
Feel
So
that side, the sides of that already?
yeah. So now we are ready to pour it in, and I did feel the sides. I'm just double checking. They are good.
Close. Do it quick.
So I'm trying to pour it.
It's not really pouring, is it?
Yeah, it hardened again.
Get it up.
So there's too much slag on top of it.
You're going to have to clean this
So
up.
I'm gonna need to clean a little bit more of the slag off and then continue to pour. So I did clean most of it off already. But there's a little bit on there. Just needs to heat up a little bit. Okay, so pretty much now I'm just gonna need to give it a little bit of time and then pour it really fast. So we have a tiny bit poured here, a very small
I
amount.
think you need to like push a hole in the top of that or something.
Alright, let me grab something. Right now I'm just grabbing a nail really fast. This nail will be for puncturing a hole on top of it. So that way, gum your nail. The air will not explode. What would you like me to poke this into? That?
Well, it's like hardened all the way on top and stuff throughout this thing.
Out of my mini ingot. I'm just gonna toss this back in there.
Well, it's going to take a while.
Oh,
Why did you do that?
it's not even that hot.
Yes, it is. Josh, it's still extremely hot.
Oh, the nail. There we go.
This thing needs to like completely get hot again. Like let it cook really, kind of.
So we're just gonna let it cook up and then go for another pour. Okay, guys. So I'm just getting back, and what happened last night is pretty much I finished the pour. I got a tiny bit in there, and then it sort of hardened, and it hardened just like this. So it got all crusty in there. Most of that is slag, which is not exactly what you want. You do not want any slag in there. And that's what would happen. There is a lot of aluminum in here. And pretty much I poured it. It hardened, sort of like the one that we did make that came out good. We got a half of it done. I will show you exactly what happened. So pretty much you saw me pour it and then hit it a couple times, and I should not have hit it. When I hit it, what I did is I knocked a whole bunch of slag out, and I saved the slag and all of it. And this here is that last piece of aluminum, and as you can see, it looks about the same on the bottom, but when I hit it, I knocked all this slag out. And that is not what I should have done. I should have just left it with a little pool and tried to remelt some of it down. And as you can see, like this here is regular aluminum, but this is slag. You can tell by the color and just what's all in it. And you are going to have some slag on the ground in multiple areas. But really, that's all that happened. I got one good ingot, and my propane ran out. So I could not melt any of them down. So if you're going to make something like this and use that, just know that if you want to have one really good pour, you probably need 2, maybe 3 of them. And I didn't really know that. I thought that was going to last me a little longer, and it did not. So, yeah, and for that, if you're going to get all this stuff, I went to Walmart, got it all in one buy. This here is the pot. I dipped this all in water before I touched it. And the handle was actually surprisingly cold. Only at the tips it was, like right here, but up here it was red, molten, almost molten, and really hot. And this is sort of what the burner looks like. This is after one night's rest. So that's really all that happened. I got most of my ideas and stuff from a metal casting book right here, and that is what I tried to base it off of. I read up on it and did a lot of stuff about that, and I started collecting more cans already, and I'm just going to try to improve for the next video. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. See you guys later.